Hello, my name is Andre McTaw, and I will be presenting on the 1933 Long Beach earthquake. Um, Long Beach is my hometown. I attended one of the affected schools, and the earthquake itself caused major damage to the city as well. The earthquake happened on the night of March 10th, 1933 at around 5:54 p.m. Luckily, at the time when the earthquake happened, nobody was at the schools because pretty much everybody was at home or just out and about during the time because 120 schools were damaged, along with 70 being destroyed by the earthquake. The earthquake itself was a magnitude of 6.4, which lasted around 10 seconds, but the earthquake itself started offshore near the Newport Beach Fault. Well, the Newport Inglewood Fault. Um, it also was the first earthquake to be recorded by an accelegraph. And also during the earthquake, there were several fires along with several areas that were left without water due to broken pipes. The tectonic setting of Long Beach is that it's right on it's along the San Andreas Fault, and it is between the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. It's a right lateral strike slip, and it has a slip rate of 0.02 inches per year. It's also within the Newport Inglewood Fault, which runs 46 miles from Culver City all the way down to Newport Beach, and then from Newport Beach into the Pacific Ocean. The geologic setting of Long Beach is that it is located on the border of the Pacific Ocean. We're a historic seismic city due to this very earthquake. We have not had any big earthquakes since, although we have some small ones, I'd say right around two, maybe three magnitude, but it's nothing really too serious. The ground in the area, in some areas, are very susceptible to changing, to shaking and liquefaction. We also have Signal Hill, which Long Beach is on the anticline of Signal Hill. We also have a lot of oil derricks. There are a bunch in Signal Hill, and then there were some in Long Beach, but they were moved into the oceans, and they basically decided to go ahead and create these small little resort islands called Thume Islands, which are basically just camouflaged oil derricks. Because if you look at it from afar, it looks like it's a resort because you have the tall tower and the palm trees. Um, there has been some speculation that the earthquake was caused because of the oil drilling, and it's due to the fact that they drilled at a certain angle that it disrupted the plates and caused an earthquake. And what we learned from this is that basically, because the schools were all brick and mortar schools and they did not have any updated reinforcement, the city ended up passing the Field Act because they wanted to make sure that all the schools were going to be built properly, but because it would be too expensive to pretty much redo all the schools, is that basically the schools that were destroyed were pretty much rebuilt, while the schools that weren't destroyed were revitalized. So they added in more reinforcement to the schools to ensure the fact that if another earthquake of this magnitude were to happen, because the Newport Inglewood faults may eventually have an earthquake of about what a magnitude about 7.4, because that's what they speculate. But since the Field Act has been passed, there have been no incidents where buildings have been falling down or schools have been falling down ever since, due to the the updated building codes. This also inspired the Riley Act, which helped to go ahead and update other buildings as well in the area to make sure that they weren't susceptible to earthquakes and to fall when we have high magnitude earthquakes. That is it, and I thank you.